Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome, Mike.
To the mid-week war! Trouble.
No doubt. Welcome to. Oh, first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm your pal in the mainstream media, joined as ever by Mad Mike in Poughkeepsie, New York. Hello, Mike.
Hi, I'm Mad Mike, and his name is Tyrus.
He doesn't dance.
No, he doesn't
Nope,
dance.
not at all.
Although there is a celebration, so he may dance eventually, but he's not dancing right now.
All right, we are here to talk about Impact Wrestling this week. First of all, a little bit of business to do with you. Let me just tell you real quick. This is one of 4 podcasts we do here on the Midweek War. So if you would rather listen to something about NXT or Ring of Honor or Lucha Underground or just like every Impact Wrestling Midweek War podcast we've ever done, just go to iTunes, subscribe, rate, review, do that whole deal. And if I said that too fast, go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com, the mothership where Sorgatron is your master and he commands you what to do. And you listen because it's best that you just listen to Sorgatron because that way everyone's happy. He's Big Papa. He sits up on the big side of town. We are his worker bees. So here we are, doing the Midweek War. You're pal in the mainstream media. Mad Mike. Mm-hmm. The chickens came home to roost this week on Impact, Mike. Mike, yeah. One word for Impact this week.
I watched last night's Impact, and I knew I was going to be doing it today, and I struggled to find one word. That one word is finally.
I agree.
Finally, we know who the tag team champions are.
That's right. Stunned. I can't believe you didn't go with trouble, but that's okay.
Yeah. No, because the main event, no trouble. No trouble at all.
Let's say like a double meaning. You know, it's just fun.
Well, trouble's trouble's written all over me, Matt.
Mike, this was a hell of a show. Give me one good thing about TNA Impact this week.
Despite the obvious, the other good thing is Awesome Kong getting pinned.
Shocking.
I'm gonna say I don't remember the last time I saw Awesome Kong get pinned on Impact. Excuse me.
I know choked up just thinking about it.
I was. I believe that's actually Tyrus. He's pinching the back of my neck. He's trying to give me a Vulcan nerve pinch. I know she hasn't been pinned in this run that she's been since she's come back. So it's got to be before she was even Karma in WWE the last time she was pinned. Like, I honestly don't remember the last time. And it may have been through nefarious circumstances, but still, it was nice to see.
Taryn Terrell she can do some things in the ring, Mike.
I like Taryn Terrell. I like Marty Bell. I like Jade. I hate the gimmick of the Dollhouse.
Yeah, it's not doing a lot for me either, but it's at least keeping the division focused. It's keeping, the bad guy, the bad girl, very defined, and everyone's kind of working through that now. So you had Kong and you had Brooke, and now, Kitchen Nightmare, Gail Kim is coming back. So that'll be something to look forward to also.
Wait, hold on. Can we officially start calling her Kitchen Nightmare Gail Kim?
I came up with that the other night, and I want to make that a thing.
Oh my God. If she starts hitting the Dollhouse with spatulas on the ass, that'd be so good.
Lots of frying pans and everything out there. I know she's watching. I hope she's laughing right now.
The return of the Good Housekeeping match.
We need to have one. We only had one. And heck, you got Jarrett's right there. Anyway.
He can referee.
Hell, bull crap referee. Make him be in the match. I want to see Kim versus Jarrett in the Good Housekeeping.
No. Hey, if we are going to have one knockout versus a wrestler match, you know what that match has to be, Matt. Knockouts champion Taryn Terrell versus Drew Galloway.
It's just no argument there. No argument. But all I'm saying is that if you want to take it to another level, Good Housekeeping match, it's all right. But combine it with an Inferno match, That's the Kitchen Nightmare match. So
That's the Hell's Kitchen match.
yeah, and then
Oh,
Gordon Ramsay referees, of course.
oh yes.
Mike,
And every time he goes down for a pin, this is fucking Raw. All right. And like, no,
you're not
it's
doing
Impact.
it right.
It's Impact. It's Impact. It's not Raw. Anyway, my bad. Yeah, I do actually. This is a trend that Impact does, and I never, ever understand it. When you have a best of 5 series, you do not end with an Iron Man match, because that makes it a best of however many series in one match.
They could have just started with the Iron Man match. And
that's like saying
all the other stuff.
That's like saying I'm going to make you a 3-course meal, but the 3rd course is going to be another 3-course meal. It was a fine match, but again, you have a cage. Why not a cage? I thought that would have been fun.
Well, different people have different opinions on cage matches and things like that. I like the idea of, giving these teams some room to operate. I don't think confining them to a cage is a good idea. But I thought the match itself was really... It was an interesting match because the beginning of the match felt like a whole lot of nothing going on. It was perfectly acceptable. It was fun. I had no active complaints about it.
There was no urgency. There was no urgency.
But it just, one of those matches just got better and better as it went on. As you give these guys 30 minutes, they're going to give you something good at the end. That final minute was gangbusters. I thought it was awesome at the end. It felt super urgent in that last minute, and that final minute was just so nicely paced, and you could just. I really appreciated that final minute. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. Full disclosure on my first watch through of Impact, because I was going to catch up to where the live feed was. I knew one whole segment was just the tag team match. I knew a single fall hadn't been recorded. Fast forwarded all the way through it. I watched it again later, and it was fine, but I'm not going to watch this and comment on there being no falls the whole time and then be behind and find out who wins the match. But yeah, I mean, it was okay. I just would have liked something else, because it seems like Impact always does this for the last match in the series.
Mike, is there anything you would have changed about Impact?
Oh, so many things I would change. So many things. Schoolboy finishes. Schoolboy finishes. Why are we doing them? You have people kicking out of 18,000 finishers, and then not once, but twice, Schoolboy finishes.
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
do you feel like this is like one hand doesn't know what the other hand is doing, or do you think this is just too many damn Schoolboy finishes?
Yes.
Okay.
I think no, because the tag title match, you had guys kicking out of crazy finishes, only for the final fall to be a Schoolboy. You had Ethan Carter take about 18 damn German suplexes. You have Kurt be the only person to kick out of the 1%er, and then he has to win with a Schoolboy. Now, if it had just been one of these, I would have been okay with it, because of desperation. I get it.
Okay. Because I wanted to ask you about the finish to EC3 angle. How did you feel about the finish?
I thought if that was the only finish of that nature we were going to get on the show, absolutely fine.
Okay.
Did you not like it?
No. I didn't have a big problem with it. I thought the match itself was there are things about the match that I would have liked to have seen done slightly differently. Mm-hmm. But the end result was fine, and I liked what they were trying to do. I just thought it could have been perhaps laid out a little bit better. I would have liked to have seen maybe EC3 a little bit, I don't want to say dominated, but I would have liked to have seen Angle controlling even more of the match, so that EC3 seems that much more desperate, and so that roll-up victory seems even more shocking. I wanted it to seem like the undefeated streak was like in like the gravest peril it's ever been in, and I never really got that sense. Even when he had like the super ankle lock on him, I was kind of like,
that's the one point where, because like an ankle lock, okay, whatever. An ankle slam, I know never finishes a match anymore. But when he grapevined the ankle, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna fuck me on this one, aren't they? They got me. They got me. I hadn't been spoiled on this one. You know, it worked. It worked for me because EC3 is the kind of opportunistic guy that works for. The Wolves winning with a schoolboy does not make sense. The Wolves should just win straight up with their finisher, especially since one of the Dirty Heels is leaving TNA and the other one is supposedly globally bound. Globally bound.
Globally. Do you want to talk let's talk a little bit more about EC3 here.
Because there are other things in Impact we have to.
We'll cover a couple other things in there. But I have a couple questions I want to ask you. Just a few random EC3 questions I want to ask you.
Okay.
And you may think these are amusing or not, but I have them down here, so I want to ask you. Can EC3 wrestle?
Yes, he can.
Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think should be lined up to be his challenger? I'm not necessarily talking about next week or the week after. Who should be built up to be like the big challenger to EC3? Who do you think? Who on that roster are you looking at and being like, there's a guy that I can buy as being the guy that beats EC3? Because remember, you're not just talking about winning a title anymore. You're talking about ending a nearly 2-year undefeated streak now.
Well, I will tell you right now who I think should end the undefeated streak. Rockstar Spud.
Pretty good.
Rockstar Spud. And it should be a hair versus hair match. And
another one.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious about this. And as much as I don't want to see that lovely head get buzzed down, I think it'd be perfect symmetry for their feud. It'd be perfect symmetry. Who will EC3 go up against?
I have a name for you. Somebody who I don't think has been kind of overused at all, and someone who I think still has something left to provide. I think Drew Galloway could be a very nice title contender, a very believable contender.
I would enjoy that.
Okay.
I would enjoy that a lot, especially since apparently the Rising's gone.
Apparently so. You want to hit that real quick?
Well,
Drew picked the most worthless guys to be on his team. We'll talk about that in a second.
Hold on, Matt. First, I'm going to say who I unfortunately think is going to be next in line for EC3. I'm not too happy about it. Because I think it's going to be a different 3. 3 fingers in a version 1 type fashion. I think we're going to see Matt Hardy versus Ethan Carter.
Well, I could live with the match. I just, as far as like, a big time contender. I mean, how long? I mean, I guess if Jeff ever comes back, hopefully he makes it back before the company folds. Let's not talk about that. One more question about EC3's title win, just because this kind of goes and ties in with something we talked about a couple weeks ago. Whose title win is bigger, EC3's or Jay Lethal's?
Ooh. I think just because of how it happened, I'd say Jay Lethal.
Okay.
Because Jay Lethal, he's also unifying championships. It was on a pay-per-view, and it was a clean win. Like, it was pretty squeaky clean. Like, his boys got kicked out of the match really early on. So, and plus, he won with a finisher, Matt. It's a shocking thing in wrestling, when a finisher actually ends the match.
Like, it was Ring of Honor, so it took about a half a dozen of them, but he did win them with a finisher. Yeah. So
like why can't you reverse an angle slam into a 1%er really easily? I mean, come on.
He pretty much puts his head right there for you.
Exactly. So. All right. Anyway,
that's okay. We don't complain. Hey,
Drew Galloway.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Let's break this down, Matt. 4-on-3 match. First of all, what?
Drew brought the proverbial knife to the gunfight, I think.
Oh, no, Drew didn't even bring a knife to a gunfight. You know what Drew brought to a gunfight? Drew brought a letter opener. He brought a letter opener.
In seriousness, that looks dangerous. So
it's not. It's absolutely not. No. First of all, 4-on-3. Now, okay, I get you want to get rid of the BDC. Why does it have to be 4-on-3? Why can't it be 3-on-3 with someone on ringside?
On the outside, yeah.
Why can't you, as previously inferred by Impact Wrestling itself, why can't you get a fourth member of the Rising?
Surely there must be someone who can.
Surely there must be someone who is doing nothing there.
Who wants to rise up?
There are plenty of people. In fact, Matt Hardy, Drew Galloway talked to him 3 weeks ago. I don't know why I can remember this and they can't. But here we are. Secondly, the match. Boy, Micah and Eli Drake, those will be the last times I ever have to say those names. They got eliminated very quickly, didn't they?
They were not much help. They were telling a story, and you know what? Honestly, once it got down to what it wasn't 4-on-1 versus Drew.
Mm-hmm.
It got 4-on-1 versus Drew. I was like, maybe Drew is gonna win. No,
hold on. Let's entertain that thought for a second. Let's entertain that because I thought the same thing, Matt.
Yeah.
Thought the exact same thing. I'm like, okay, if the fucking story of this match is Drew Galloway 1-on-4 against the BDC and he wins, why does the Rising need to exist in the first place?
I would think that would accomplish 2 goals because then your buddies Micah and Eli are gone because they both got obliterated. So Drew is alone and the BDC is just what a mess. Let's move on to one more. We got a couple more topics to cover. We're running too long. We got to do this quickly.
Yes.
One of the last 2 topics we have to talk about. Mickie James is alive.
Oh, thank God.
I know this because she was on my TV.
You know, Impact Wrestling on Twitter announced that Mickie James was back. They queried as to whether she took the train in.
They did. They think they're so funny.
Now, fuck you. That's
pretty
all
much my
I
reaction.
can say. That's all I can say. And there's going to be a mixed tag.
You can't co-opt our hatred for that.
No.
And take it as your own. You did that.
Yeah. That one was on you.
That's on you. That's not our fault.
And
furthermore, TNA, stop taking our material. This is our
nary stuff. Nary a bruise. Nothing. Not a bandaged limb. Nothing.
Wasn't she emotionally scarred from
that would explain the hair. That would explain her hairstyle. She was so emotionally scarred that she decided to look like Zool from Ghostbusters.
That's pretty good. That's accurate. All right, one more topic. Just give me one hardcore country before we move on to our final topic.
Hardcore country!
That's awesome. All right, finally, we had, the following announcement is paid for by the weeping owner of Global Force Wrestling.
Well, see, Matt, how long did it take you to think of that?
I came up with it the second Jeff Jarrett showed up on my television screen.
Just a 2-second thing. That would have been perfect. The following announcement has been paid for by Global Force Wrestling. Yes! Sold immediately. And what an in-depth interview by Mike Tenay.
Brief. It was very brief.
Did they just see the 3-part Finn Balor thing and was like, oh, people want like segments now. We should do this.
We should make it's episodic, Mike.
Yeah.
Maybe the other shoe will drop. Maybe there's a third shoe. Who knows?
Maybe there's a third shoe.
I don't know. He didn't say anything.
Did
he say anything? He said nothing, but I'll have more next week.
He literally said absolutely nothing.
But he
didn't have his King of the Mountain championship belt with him.
We didn't. Take care of that thing, Jeff. Don't lose it.
Leads me. Yeah, don't drop it in a swamp. Don't drop it in a swamp. Billy Gunn will be pissed at you. You do not want Kip Sop on your ass. If you want to hear more about that, go listen to the Tough Enough wrap up with myself and his wife, Jen Carlins.
Good plug for my wife. Okay. Let's rank these sons of guns. Where you got this on 1 through 4? Where do you rank Impact this week?
Ladies and gentlemen, EC3. I have it third this week. Not really due to I loved the finish of the main event. The rest of the show was okay. I honestly didn't like the tag match that much. It was good wrestling, but otherwise, if you're gonna go out like that, go out with a shit ton of falls. The Mickie James thing just pissed me off. Jeff Jarrett pissed me off. There was some stuff that could have been done better. But yeah, I got third. How about you, Matt?
I don't know what my problem is, Mike. Number 1 for the second straight week. Eventful professional wrestling television program. Again, I've only really been watching it every week since it moved to Wednesdays. I haven't been overexposed. But, Mike, 2 title changes. Good matches. Good action. Eventful stuff. Mickie James is alive. The Rising is no more. EC3 is the champion. What a night. Number 1. I love you, Impact. This might be the last time. And I don't want to squander this opportunity. God. Good job. Back to back. I never thought we'd see the day.
Trouble.
Let's get out of here. All right, we got more Midweek War podcasting goodness coming your way. So go check us out on iTunes or go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com so you never, ever miss an episode of
The Midweek War again.